your victory is guaranteed. Now, because some of us live a lifestyle of trusting God, we are not surprised when we get the victory. We are never caught off guard when God blesses us, promotes us, sends us better, does for us the good measure, the press, the shaking, and the... I said, when we wrong, we just... Woo-wee. I said, when we wrong, we just... I'm going to make that person, when I'm wrong... I thought somebody was going to help me. When I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. No need in trying to justify what I did or what I said. If I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. Come on. And no need in trying to make wrong be right. Come on. Because some folk will argue you down, trying to make what is wrong right. And this is not a good trait for a child of God. It's not good when you can never admit when you're wrong. Again, some folk try to fix it. But how many know there are times that we mess up and there's no way to fix it? No way to fix that. Only way to fix it is just to admit it. To just come clean. Come on. But see, when people can't admit when they're wrong, they're going to cause confusion. They're going to cause chaos. Or they're going to get messy. Because they're unwilling to change. Just stuck being stubborn. And I'm going to say it again. When we are wrong, just come in. I've just learned over the year, the faster I come in, the faster I can get to changing or doing what it is that I should have did in the first place. The faster I come in. Now y'all hear me? I said I learned this. But see, the way of a fool, or the way of a person who is stubborn, they just set on being right. Even when the scriptures reveal that they are wrong. Have you ever had to talk to somebody and you was giving them scripture upon scripture, line upon line, but you were dealing with a fool? You were dealing with somebody that just did not want to admit that they was wrong. Number two, a fool is a reckless person. It's a person who does things without thinking or caring about the consequences. They just reckless in their actions. Again, they do things without thinking about the consequences. You're about to do that, brother, but what if you're wrong? What if you make the wrong decision? What if you end up going down the wrong path? And see, the response of a fool would be, I don't care. That's a reckless person. And I'm telling you, don't join yourself to a reckless person. Don't get too close to a person who does not care about the consequences of their decisions or their actions. Ooh, I know I'm teaching right. You can't even get too close to a grown child that no longer cares about the consequences of his or her actions. That's a reckless person. See, as saints of God, we have to watch how we talk to each other. Because the way we treat each other, there are consequences behind our actions. I don't want to just mistreat somebody and then not even care that I talk to them wrong. Come on, don't even care about the way I hurt them. As saints of God, we can't be reckless people. You can't be a fool. You don't need to be a fool at church. You don't need to be a fool on the job. You don't need to be a fool at the house. You don't need to be a fool at Food Depot. You don't need to be a fool at the bank. You need to care about the decisions that you make. I told you that this is good sound teaching, because there are grown people who struggle owning what they do. Just being reckless, just saying the first thing that comes to their mind. How many have learned over the years that you just can't say? Oh, I said, you just can't say the first. Why you say that? That was the first thing came to mind. And so you just said it. You just put it out there like that. Don't you know there were consequences for what you said? And then you trying to justify it? You know telling the truth is right, but you told a lie anyway? There are consequences to lying when you know better. And if you tell one lie, you're going to have to remember that lie in order to cover it with another lie. And lies, like it or not, damage people. But a reckless person lies and don't care. Know they're lying. And we don't need to be stubborn folk. We don't need to be reckless people. Am I right? And finally, in the text, a fool represents a person who is silly. A person who lacks good judgment and makes unwise choices. I said they lack good judgment. I didn't say they lack common sense. They lack good judgment. And they make unwise choices. It's not just that some folks are in a bad spot, but being silly put them there. I said being silly put them there. Could be farther along, but won't stop being silly. I said won't stop being silly. And when told that they need to stop, try to justify silliness. Once you know better, you can't justify being a fool. Once you have been taught enough word to be wise, watch this, in every situation, there's no excuse for playing the fool. Come on, because the Bible said shame shall be the legacy of fools. I don't want to leave a legacy of being a fool, of being stubborn. 3 traits of a stubborn person. 3 traits of a reckless person, of a silly person. I'm going to give you 3 things that a fool don't like. Give you 3 things that a fool don't like. Some of you already like, Pastor, I don't want this. See, remember what I told you? He gives us sometimes what we didn't want to hear. He do that. See, because God himself knows, watch this, in this congregation, who's being stubborn. See, it's easy to come to church for an hour and a half and act wise. Say and do what is right. But unwilling to change at the house. Come on. Always having to be right. Again, don't get me wrong. It's easy to come to church and just pretend that you're the type person that everything God said, Pastor, I'm just eating it up. I'm just receiving it. No way you're going to keep receiving from God week in and week out, but acting like a fool. Come on. It's tight, but some folks are behind for being foolish. Wonder why things don't work for them. Time to change. Time to stop being reckless. Come on. Time to stop writing checks and you know the money ain't in now. Time out for saying, charge it. You've charged enough. Time out for not paying folk that you owe. Woo! See, he know. He know. He know. Can I be honest? You can fool me. You can fool me. I can talk to you for 15 minutes. And I can leave talking to you 15 minutes. And I can say to myself, man, he know he wise. That brother, that's a wise brother. But see, fooling people, it ain't going to get you where you need to be. Because if all you into is making folk think you something that you not. See, I got news for you. You never gonna be what you could have been. Come on. So there comes a time when you got to recognize, yeah, I'm fool, but I need to change. I need to change because I'm tired of being broke. I know too much not to have. Come on. I know too much to be behind all the time. Never able to do what I need to do. Some of you been stuck on your jobs at the same position because rather than going to work, making good judgments, you there playing the fool. Come on. And nobody who's wise is going to promote a fool. Some of us reckless when it comes to our time. Then at the end of the week, ain't got nothing done to I need more time. What you want, 32-hour days? And some folks are so reckless that if God gave them 32-hour days, they still wouldn't get nothing done. Because next week they may try, well, if I had 38. You have to be wise with time. See, can you get this? I don't have time to waste. Only fools waste time. Time is a precious commodity. And I'm not going to waste my time talking to a fool that don't want to change. Trying to teach a fool who don't want to learn. Come on, tell your neighbor, time is a precious commodity, but not to a fool.